So first of all, thank you to Vijay and Pete for inviting me again. And it was an amazing experience last year in Mexico. And this is even better, so to speak. And everything is successful by the grace of God and His children. So thank you all for joining in. My name's Yogi Natraj, and that's not my birth name, but my spiritual name. And it was a little complicated. I made it a bit simpler. So I'm a father of 2 kids, and that's my first happiness. And I'm doing my PhD in Ayurveda in Maharishi International University, Fairfield, Iowa. And my field is to reverse pre-diabetes. So my theory is on diabetes, but pre-diabetes with Ayurveda multi-modality approach. And I'm in the finishing stages. And I did my engineering, and then I forgot about it. After engineering, I realized I'm not meant for this, right? So then I realized that I used to read spiritual books. My mom took me to an astrologer. He said, he's not going to be an engineer. My mom was shocked even more. What will he be? So he said, he's a yogi from his past life. He did not finish it, and he'll finish it in this life. My dad said, we should have come earlier. Why did he join engineering? And then that helped me because I had a graduation. So I did my post-graduation in Master of Yogic Sciences and Human Consciousness. And there existed a master's in that in Mangalore University, South India. And because of that master's, I was able to get into the PhD. And it was a long journey. Anyway, if I tell you, my whole lecture will be the journey. So. But to keep it short, so I had learned this technique of self-healing following the phases of the moon, and it was called Chandrayana. So our entire time cycle, your body, mind, universe, is governed by the sun and the moon. Not my cell phone, right? The sun and the moon. So they determine. So even research has proven that on full moon day, they did a test on Ayurvedic herbs, ashwagandha, for example, and they found that the herb has the highest potency. So whatever you eat on a full moon and near about, it gives you good energy. And the new moon has the least energy. There is high tide and low tide, right? Remember the boat or the ship that was stuck in Panama Canal or Suez Canal, Panama Canal, right? That was stuck for so many days. And when did it come up? During the full moon. It rose by 9 feet. Imagine what happens to you, right? So this controls the physiology, controls your mind. So full moon, you eat full and you gradually reduce. So that was the kind of fasting that I do. And we are about to release an app. I'll give the details in the end. And in the new moon you fast, then you gradually increase to the full moon. So during the COVID, everybody was getting fat. And so many of my friends called me, can your moon fasting help me? I said, yeah, and I started a whole program. And during this program, I started teaching yoga, and I realized not everybody can do everything, right? So that's when my research began on something simple people could do, and that's when I discovered Mudras. Okay, go to the next slide. And in the whole process, I wrote 3 books, me and my wife, good wife. So she cooks, I click the photos. Okay, that's not my cooking. So So I have all the 3 books here. So Food for the Soul. So I fasted 1 month on chia water to detox myself. In fact, because of certain stress in my journey, I developed type 2 diabetes. And that's where my journey began on how to reverse it. So I fasted 1 month on water, I fasted 1 month on chia water, and it kind of came to normal. But eventually, it was a systematic Ayurvedic diet, practice of yoga, and mudras that completely got me out of it. It was really bad. I could not, I would be energetic just 1 hour a day. But to reverse it completely, it gives me a lot of joy and to share it with you all today. And last 3 months, for example, I was only on a vegetable and a ghee diet. And we documented all these wonderful things in the Detox Delights book. This was our first book, Diet of a Yogi, where I fasted like 2-3 months, and we took all these wonderful things. Then we evolved into Ayurveda, and this is the book called Healing Mudras. All right, next slide. We also make healing products, herbal ghee, herbs and ghee, and that's in the US. If you're in the US, you can go to our website and you can find more of it. I have a lot of videos on this. And this is how you have to regrow your body. If you have anything chronic, your best friend, who is your best friend? Yes, is your gut bacteria. Pretty much, is your gut bacteria. There are trillions of them who are helping you digest your food. In Ayurveda, everything is based on digestion. And the one food that improves or feeds your gut bacteria, like most of the health issues are because of bad gut bacteria. I mean, I can go a whole topic on that, but ghee is the best food, and that's what helped me reverse. And based on my consultation, I give people the ghee that they need to regrow thyroid, diabetes. You can reverse anything. And I can tell that by my own experience. I mean, God gives you something so that you suffer and then share the victory. Your suffering is your realization. And at one point I was, am I ever going to get out of this? But then when finally I got out, I can't explain the joy and the desire to share it. And anyone who comes with anything, you can just reverse it. And one of my friends who is also a yogi, he does water fast for like 1, 2, 3 months sometimes. He's an amazing guy. He's not very much public, but he inspired me. He showed me a verse from one of the books in Yoga Rahasya by Nathamuni. He said, anything that cannot be reversed by any other food can be reversed through balance of prana, energy. Because that's what our body is. The physical is held together by breath. But the subtle form of breath, we call it prana. I'll get into it deeper when I talk about the mudras. Okay, the next slide. Okay, so this is all for example, this was fenugreek, sprouted fenugreek balls she makes, and amla chutney, dal. So I stopped carbohydrates, and these are the kind of recipes that we made, and I came up with a diet plan, which I could follow for 3 months without eating any grains or carbs, and still remain energetic and practice. And the next slide. These were all the detox juices that I had for a month. No solid foods, only this. So this is all in both the books. And this is what happened to me. After 3 months, so I came back. I always this is called the Garbhapindasana, like you are in your womb, like mother's womb. But I was reborn, I would say. So this is one form this way and one form this way. And when I reached this pose, my whole body changed. So that's when I realized a combination of diet, yoga, and mudra can't reverse anything. All we need is willpower, right? The faith. Because at sometimes you lose faith. Will this happen? Because you practice so hard, then you're tired all day, and you have 2 kids, they need attention, right? But somehow I'm thankful to my dear wife for having helped me through this journey. Always remain grateful to her. Okay, next slide. Yeah, this was this was where I could see that all your energy, the lower abdomen, right? What we call the core. So this was some of the things that I experienced as I did this 3-month wonderful diet. And next slide. All right, now let's come to the topic of mudras, okay? This was something that in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, he explains 4 stages: Swatmarama, Asana, Pranayama, Bandha, Mudra, right? So he says, Asana, you get the basic structure strong, right? You get your physical structure. Now what do you do with the strong physical structure? Pranayama, you move the breath. In the Yoga Sutras, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am the wind, I cleanse. So when you breathe out, so like all the breath work, when you breathe out, you're not just throwing out toxic air, but you're also throwing out the impressions, the bad impressions. So pranayama means cleansing the impressions. Like when I did my 4th semester in my yogic science, at that point, I was only on milk and ghee for about 3 months. Because the prana that you need, you cannot get it by solid food because you are really very lean, waist down. And you can hold your breath for about 2 to 3 minutes. It really heats you up. Your body really goes. And tapa means like tapasya, heating up, right? You want to bend iron, how do you bend it? You have to heat it up. Then at the right temperature, you bend it. So yesterday we experienced when we were really hot, right? And there were so many beautiful, northeast, what those beautiful thoughts that you make a resolve and then you finally develop that mindset, right? You want to change your mind. It's not easy. In the Vedas, we say it's very difficult to change your birth mindset with which you are born. Because what you are born with is a culmination of many births. Like our founder, he used to say, my master astrologer, he used to say, Ravi Shankar, Pandit Ravi Shankar, have you heard? He said it took him 7 births to master. You cannot do it in 1 birth. So we go through many cycles and we cultivate a mindset. And to change that, the heat, you need that heat of yoga, right? So yoga is not just about the asana, your diet, your interaction. The mudras are the finest point which can take you to the next level. That's where mudras are so important, okay? So mudra comes from the word muda, means to be happy, right? All of us want to be happy, correct? So we all get married. See, I didn't have to say anything after that. So everybody says, you get married, everything will be fine. I was thinking how? After I married, I came to know. So anyway, so mudra means to reach a state of happiness, to be happy, to be relaxed. Now, the mudra, the hand gestures, are based on, do you know this guy? Mr. Homunculus. What does he represent? The percentage area of your brain that your hands take up. So your brain gives such a large area for the sensation of your hands. That's why anything you do with your hands, your brain gives more attention. So every action, when you do it with your hands, it has so much sensory perception. This was One of my friends, so the face, these organs and the hands, you see the size. And the rest of the body is relative. But what you do with your hands gets the highest amount, and this is scientifically documented. This is not from any traditional book. This was documented in the 1920s and 30s. They put it all together and they saw that brain gives so much. So that's why when you connect your hands, right, you make hand gestures, it has such a change in chemistry in your brain, all right? Now, this is the basics of mudra, okay? Now, your body has 5 elements, correct? Pasta, pizza, earth, water, fire, air, ether, right? So, the tips of the fingers act like switches. So you can activate these elements. Now, where does this come in? For example, your blood flow, what is it? Water, right? It's a combination of water and fire because pitta, heat. Your blood is hot, cold, hot, right? So it's a combination of fire and water, right? Your skin, right? It's earth, right? So every part of your body is a combination of different elements. And your digestion, that is fire. So the 5 fingers, now get this right. If you get this right, as we go along, when you do the mudras, it'll all make sense, okay? So the thumb is fire, okay? The index finger is air. The middle finger is ether. Now, what is ether for? Some of you may get a big question mark. What is ether? Right? What is ether? Anybody knows? Yes. Space. Right? Space, what is space for? Air moves through space. To accommodate sound, to accommodate everything else. So when I speak to you, where do you hold the sound? You have a memory card? No. So in space, right? So we hold it in space. So that's why when a space gets filled up, we say, hey, don't talk, I'm just processing. And then we clear our mind and then we listen again because we all have akasha, space. So space. So I'm talking to you, you cannot see the sound, but it's moving. The air is taking it, but what the sound is contained with is space, akash. So within you, like when you think, you have a capacity, akasha, sound. So ether is that sound, air is the movement. We'll get deeper into the pranas, the airs, the movement of airs, okay? Fire, there are 5 fires, but we'll treat it as one. The earth, your structure. So this finger is the earth, and then the little finger, Vijay always says, remember this, if you want to go to pee, then water. It says, easy to remember, right? So this is water, earth, ether, air, and fire. Now, the way the mudras act is, I found it very interesting, is fire in your body cooks your food, just like you cook, right? When you eat something, your body, there is what we call Agni, fire of digestion, right? It cooks your food. So similarly, the thumb, which is fire, so when you connect, it cooks the other elements. Air expands. So when I cook, okay, let's begin. So now, what I want you to do is connect the thumb to the index finger. Okay, relax. Now when you connect, I want you to connect the tips nicely. Some people take a little bit of time. Some people, when you connect, you will feel your pulse immediately. See, I'm lean, so my, I don't have very thick fingers, so I get the pulse immediately. But I've seen some people with pretty thick thumbs. It takes a little bit. You might have to pinch it. Generally, I would say just let it Don't press it too hard, just let it. But that was for me. Then I realized it depends on your body type. So, how many of you are able to feel the pulse already? Wow, that's most of you, okay? Now let's take a few deep breaths. Let the pulse intensify. If you relax your breath, be aware of your pulse. So you're activating the movement of air. It's called Jnana Mudra, the mudra for memory. Because your memory is carried and stored in air and ether. If you become aware a little bit, then you can see that pulse kind of spread on to your palms. A nice, beautiful flow of energy. Everybody's there? Everybody's getting the pulse? Okay, very good. Now you have activated the air element. Now do the same with the middle finger. Let's activate the ether. Now where does ether come in? Ear pressure. For those people who have problems with tinnitus, with hearing, ear problems, this is the best mudra. Activate the middle finger, relax your breath. As you calm your breath and focus on the pulse, you will see and you focus on the organ. So ether is active in two places. One is your heart and your ears, because you listen with your heart, you listen with your ears and process with your heart. You can also listen with your heart, because that's what, when two people come together, we show a heart, because that's where the feelings, right? The ether. Beautiful. All right, now relax the middle finger. Now let's do the ring finger. This is the earth element. So this earth element is very interesting. As you feel the pulse, one of my students who did a mudra course with me, so I do a certified course, and this lady had a tooth removal, and it was so hard that there was a hairline fracture. And she told me, "Can I do this mudra and will it help me?" And I said, "Give it a try." And she did this religiously for about 45 minutes, and within a week, her fracture it was a hairline fracture, but she got relief. So earth, it repairs your physical structure. It heals your physical structure. So this is the earth element. I'll tell you the converse of this, but let us activate all the fingers first. And then let's do the little finger. Okay, let's activate the little finger. I call it the Vegas finger because I live in Las Vegas. It's so dry, and you need to keep yourself moist. So this finger is the most used because you need to keep yourself hydrated. So I sit like this most of the time. So because it's dry. So it improves your circulation, improves your hydration. Wonderful. Now you'll find that once you activate the pulse, if you breathe calmly, the pulse intensifies. So when you breathe calmly, so breathing is a very, mudras work even if you don't breathe well, like I'm just watching TV, I just do it. It still works as long as you feel the pulse. However, if you relax a little bit more, breathe calmly, it works even better. Okay? That's how it is. The more you become aware of it, the effects are even better. So all this, what I'm explaining is all in my book. So this is also a picture from my book. Now, what we did was, we increased the element. We balanced the element. We cooked the element, okay? The converse of this is to reduce, okay? So when you connect the tips, you increase, okay? What do? Increase. I want you to say so that I know that you got it. Okay? Increase, right? So then I call it the decrease principle. Decrease means now I have high blood pressure, for example. Okay? So what do? You air, for blood pressure, I want to reduce air. So I close it like this. So I call it the decrease principle. You have too much pressure, your breathing is very high. So usually when you're in depression, right, you need to focus, so this is very beneficial. But if you're heightened, so then you close it, okay? Can you do this? So this is the reduce principle, air, okay? And if you have very high tinnitus, okay, am I hearing sounds? When I said tinnitus. So, then you do the middle finger. Okay, you reduce. I'll tell you something very interesting. So, in Ayurveda, which is the next section, air and ether, okay, they constitute the transportation of the body. Okay, transport, like your air, pressure. How does blood move from the thumb to the heart? There is a pressure difference, right? That's what we call blood pressure. So all pressure is because of air and ether. So after I released the book, within a week, some guy from Australia emailed me saying, "Hey Yogi, your book helped me in my dentist appointment." Wow, I said, how? He said his appointment was 3 to 4 days away, okay? And then he said he saw this mudra to control air and ether. I said, any pains in the body, to reduce the pain, control air and ether. Okay, he said, I did this for an hour, for 3 to 4 days, and my pain reduced before I reached the dentist. Thank you. So that I was like, wow, right? Because I did not test it on my tooth. But I knew it would help, but it really worked in a real situation. I mean, I did try the meditation before I wrote. All the mudras that I wrote, I actually tried them, but my tooth was okay. So, but now I got a confirmation it really works there. So anyways, and then earth. Why do you reduce earth? Those who want weight loss, right? So I had a friend of mine, he said, I don't want to change my diet. Any way I can lose weight? I said, if you have time, just sit like this. And he was so serious. He's a psychiatrist. So he sits long hours interviewing people. He calls me and he says, I lost 3 pounds in 2 weeks without changing diet. But because I talk to people a lot, I just sit like this. I said, wow, I'll include this in my book. So I did things like this. And when I got the feedback, that's when I wrote the benefits in my book. I did not just write them. That's why I call them healing mudras, because if you just Google, there are millions of mudras and you don't know what to do. So I systematically categorized them, and that's how my book came out. And the last finger, if you have water retention, for example, right? Water. So you can reduce it. So many people who I know, so especially when you have the fasting plan that I was doing and I give you the right mudra, so many people want weight loss and they follow the plan, but when they do the mudras along with the diet, the effect is multiplied. Right? So that's the benefit. Okay, next one. So there are two types of mudras. So this is the famous Red Rock Canyon in Vegas. And this is a park, okay. so Hasta Mudras, the one you do with the hands, okay? And Kaya Mudras. So Kaya Mudra means with your body. So when you hold your body in a relaxed way, so that is also called mudra, right? If you're able to sit in a relaxed way, right? So, and there are different mudras of the body as well. All right, let's go to the next one. So this is how I categorize the mudras, and which I will go through today. So first I did for the elements, right? Earth, water, fire, air, ether. How many of you are familiar with the Ayurveda, Kapha, Pitta, Vata? Okay, some of you, okay. I won't go through it very deep, okay? I'll just, whatever we can understand, like very simple, okay? I don't want to make it too complicated. Then there are mudras for chakras. Then there are mudras for the prana, okay? Some special mudras to improve your digestion, meditation, and there is a category of mudras which was especially given to us by Lord Buddha. I won't be able to explain all of them, but I will touch upon these so that you have a broad idea, and then you can get my book for the rest of it. Okay, all right, the next slide. Okay, let's skip this. Let's go to the next one. If we have time, we'll go there. So, the main goal of mudras is to experience a balance of your elements. Okay? Ayurveda says that everything that you do should be in balance. Like when I was young, I used to always think, why do people sleep? Right? Everybody goes through this, right? When you're a teenager, you question. Why do we sleep? Why can't we just be happy? Why should we eat? Why can't we just enjoy? And everybody goes into a quest to get something where you can just eat a pill and you're okay, right? So nothing works. But in Ayurveda, it says if you bring about a balance in your eating, like you eat at the right time, sleep at the right time, and you balance your body and mind, your activities, then you can experience stillness. Your body will heal. As you age, you get younger. That's my thought process. Like what I couldn't do when I was 25. You saw the yoga poses, right? I'm doing it when I am 44. I just turned 45, 1 week ago. So it was, as I aged, I got better. Because you bring about balance. So that's the goal. All right. Now we did this. These are pictures from my book, and somebody was asking whose hands are these, right? These are my wife's hands. She said, my hands are better. Your hands are bony, you are vata. I said, okay, I'll click your pictures. And actually the book sold well. All right. Okay, now let's go through the Kapha Pitta Vata. Now, what is Kapha Pitta Vata? In short, okay, I don't want to give a whole lecture. Once I gave a whole detailed lecture and then they said, okay, we couldn't get anything. Okay, then I realized, okay, you need something in short. Okay, so Kapha is earth and water, your physical structure. Okay, so Kapha, if you just understand, Kapha means your physical body, your muscles, everything, your structure. What is Pitta? All your digestive juices. So physical body is Kapha. Okay, everyone got that? I hope. Pitta is bile juice, hydrochloric acid, blood, white blood cells, plasma, all that flows within your body. Is that clear? Right? And what is vata is air and ether. Now, the blood flows within the body, right? Now, how does it flow? Like I said, pressure. And what creates the pressure? Air and ether, space and air. Pretty much if you get that much, it's enough. Okay? Got it? How many of you didn't get it? Okay. Only one. Is only one? How many of you got it actually? Can you just raise your hand? Okay, got it? Okay. Yes. What the physical structure is? Kapha, right? And pitta is digestive juices, blood, plasma, everything that flows. So if I say I have a problem with blood, so what do you say? It's pitta problem. That's it, right? Like some lady other day, one lady was consulting and she had eczema, so red pimples all over the body, right? So what is it? It's pitta, right? Because of the blood, right? Heat. And the third is vata. Vata is transport. That's it, blood pressure. Hearing, thoughts. All right. Oh no, let's go back. Okay, now I will teach you the fingers for kapha, pitta and vata. So kapha is structure, earth and water. Remember. So which are the fingers of earth and water? These two. Right? So suppose you are underweight. Like I was underweight. So if I wanted to increase my weight, so I would do increase the kapha. Okay, makes sense? This mudra, this is a very important mudra. It not only increases. So here's one thing you have to understand. Mudras never imbalance you. So suppose I'm overweight and I do this. Now don't worry, it won't make you overweight, right? It'll increase your energy levels. Mudras never imbalance you. Like doing yoga, even if you do if you look at all the scientific parameters, you have to do according to your body type, exercise for such an amount of time. But if you do yoga above that time limit or whatever, it doesn't harm you because if you do it right. Okay? So similarly, mudras will not harm you. Okay? So this is called prana mudra. So after every mudra practice, you always end with prana mudra. Okay? Kapha balance. Everybody got this? So now, what you want to be aware of when you connect this is, are you able to feel the pulse? So earlier you were doing one finger, right? Now you are doing 2 fingers or 3 fingers. So sometimes it's not possible to get all the pulse of all the fingers, but at least a couple. I can get all 3 because the way you hold it. So you have to make that little adjustment. Okay? And you always point it upward. Now you don't have to hold it like this all the time. You can keep it on your legs. Okay? So this is for kapha. Now pitta. So in the body, kapha and pitta are like, if you increase kapha, pitta goes down. So if I am suffering from acidity, so I increase kapha. Okay? Pitta is, for example, acidity. Heat. You can read more in the book, but so pitta you increase. So you increase kapha to balance the pitta. You increase softness and the body moisture levels. Okay? And then vata. This is interesting. So kapha, pitta are like that. Increase kapha, pitta decreases. You want to increase pitta, you just close the kapha. That's it. Okay, just remember this much. It's that easy. So kapha increase, pitta decrease. Kapha decrease, pitta increase. Okay? So this is the fingers of kapha. Now vata, kapha, pitta is done. There are others, but that's some other course. Vata. Vata is, like I said, the guy in Australia with the toothache, right? So, the two fingers of air and ether. All the aches and pains in the body in Ayurveda is considered due to flow or block or the blockage of flow. So that is called Vata. So if I want to increase Vata, so when do you want to increase Vata? When you are depressed, right? Your air is like this. But when you want to increase that pressure, right? So this is called Vayan Mudra. And suppose my Vata is too high, blood pressure, overexcited. So what do? I close it. I reduce the Vata. This is for, if you want to reduce aches, pains, control Vata, this is it. All right? Got it? Kapha increase, Pitta decrease. Kapha decrease, Pitta increase, Vata increase, Vata decrease. Done. Okay? All right. Oh, I forgot this one. All right. Then there's one mudra. This is a difficult one, okay? It's difficult, but if you get it, it's amazing. It's called as the Dhenu Mudra or Surabhi Mudra. It's like the teats of a cow. And it is known to, in all Vedic rituals, this mudra is used for balancing, okay? So the way it's done, okay, let's see how many get this. I have a video on this on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, but anyway. So, everybody is ready? Okay. Now, exchange the middle and the index finger. Got it? So the right hand, okay? So the left hand remains steady. So the right hand middle finger connects to the left hand index finger. So the first two fingers, you exchange them. Swap, yes. Swap is a better word. Huh? Okay. And then you are left with a ring finger and index finger, right? So now you connect the little finger to the ring finger, little finger to the ring finger. This is where everyone... Oh, got it. Then you connect the thumbs. Yes. Yes. Okay. You haven't started. Okay.
Oh, but the middle one.
And then you connect this, right?
Okay.
And you exchange these two. You're holding it a little tight. You have to hold it a little loose. Anyway, practice it. You got it, right? At least you got it. You got it. You got it. This one. Okay. Got it. You got it. Many of you got it? Yes. Got it? Wonderful. I can't check everyone. No, not. Okay. So, I found this the most balancing mudra. If you want to balance all three, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, this is the best mudra. Now let me tell you a secret. I put this video out, like a crude video just on YouTube, and I got a call from one of my friends, and she's a therapist, during COVID. And she said those who had constant cough, she would give them this, and within 3 to 4 days, they would feel like the cough is almost gone. It was so beneficial. Then I learned that it not only balances, so if you connect the thumbs to the base of the earth finger, the ring finger, if you connect it like this, okay? I mean, I'm just showing you. You can just hold it here. You don't put it here. You can just hold it. So this actually reduces cough. This, if you have general cough, right? Instead of over-the-counter medication, you can just go and do this. You can just practice this. It's very beneficial. And if you do it regularly, you will get better immunity. So I found the Surabhi Mudra. It's very beneficial. Surabhi or Dhenu. You can call it Dhenu Mudra. Is it tough? Surabhi. Surabhi. Bhi, yeah, that's it, yeah, Surabhi. Surabhi means cow. So, yeah, you can call it the cow mudra if that's easy. So, Surabhi mudra, yeah. So, this was my most watched video. During COVID, during COVID. See, my goal is achieved. Muda, everyone's happy. All right. Okay. The jokes are better than the mudra. All right. Oh, the next section. Are we ready? So anyway, so we have 7 chakras, right? So I had this singer, my friend Karnamrita, and all of you must be hearing Dasi. It's very beautiful. And she said, most of them when come to me, I get very disturbed. They say chakra. It's not chakra, it's chakra. Chakra. So anyway, she was telling me. So there are 7 chakras. Okay? Now, I was searching for mudras for chakras. If you Google them, you'll get confused. Because there are so many formations, you'll never be able to do it. But then, when I consulted or checked some authentic scriptures, it was very easy. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay? So now the fingers that you use to balance earth, which is that? Right? So here's the chakra meditation that we will do. Okay? Just 2 minutes each. I'll give you a visualization. I want us to do and go all the way to the chakras. You can do an expanded one at home. Okay? But I'll give you the idea how you can do this. By the way, the video is in process. No, seriously, I shot a video, so my video editor is working. All right, so let's start with the ring finger. Slow. Now, calm down your breath. Now, here's the visualization. So you focus on the root chakra. And it's the red flower at the base of the spine, at the perineum. And as you meditate on that, the earth, meditate on Mother Earth. So your physical structure. So there is a saying in the yogic scripture, Yat Brahmande Tat Pindande. So what is within the universe is within you. You are a subset of the universe. You are the Pinda, and Brahmanda is the universe. And we will chant the Bija mantras of the chakra. So the Bija mantra for the root chakra is Lam. So we'll chant it 5 times, okay? So it's just pronounced just like we did yesterday with the Om, right? Take a deep breath in. Feel the pulse. Meditate on the root chakra. La. Your pulse intensifies. Inhale. Meditate on the earth. La. Breathe in deeper. Now, just silently for one moment, connect the root chakra to the Mother Earth. So the root, Mother Earth, grounded. Feel yourself grounded, calm. Take a deep breath in. All right, now move your sensation from the earth to the little finger. Now meditate on the sacral chakra called the Swadhisthana chakra. This has 6 petals, orangish in color, with the root letter Va. And now imagine Mother Earth. And just as the Mother Earth has water, the blue, beautiful water when you look at Earth. So similarly, imagine your physical structure just as Earth holding 80% water. So this chakra controls the beautiful flow. Imagine every joint, every blood vessel, all the energy, because it's not just a flow of blood, it's a flow of healing energy that's keeping you alive, that's keeping you stronger, that's keeping your mission of this life going. It's the flow. So as you connect the little finger, connect your elements, earth and water, to Mother Earth. Feel the pulse. The letter is Vam. Take a deep breath. Vam. Take a deep breath in. Now for one moment, meditate on the sound like a stream, like a beautiful river, the nice stream. And imagine when all your passion, anger, stress is all calmed down and there's a beautiful flow and this chakra is balanced. Imagine the energy at the sacral point. Take a deep breath in. Now vibrate the chakra. One more time, deep breath in. Now the Manipura chakra, the fire chakra. Now this is the only mudra where you will close the ring finger. So the earth is down, fire is up, activating your fire solar plexus in the middle. Take a slow deep breath. And meditate on a beautiful sunrise. The earth is getting the energy from the sun. You are getting light, heat, energy from the sun. Your body is heated by the sun. And you activate a beautiful fire. Imagine a small, soft, beautiful fire within you at the stomach level called Agni, which is digesting all your food, which activates the liver. Now take a deep breath in. The root letter is Ram. Take a deep breath in. Ram. Meditate on the sun disk as if you're sitting in front of a beautiful sunrise, in front of the Himalayas. It's a very ecstatic, beautiful sunrise, and it is falling straight on your solar plexus. Take a deep breath in. Feel the healing energy within you. Now meditate on all the 3 chakras: the earth, water, fire. And meditate on Mother Earth, all the water, and the sun. The synergy is within your body. One more time, take a deep breath in. Now connect the index finger, Gyan Mudra, for the heart. Heart is the seat of prana, all your feelings. When somebody comes together, when a couple comes together, you show the symbol of the heart because this is where the mind is. And in the universal structure, the moon is considered the mind. The movements of the moon control the mind. So as you imagine the heart chakra, greenish in color, imagine the earth, water, the sun, and the moon. That synergy is present in your body as physical structure, the beautiful flow, circulation, the fire, and the moon, the mind in the heart. Feel the pulse. The root letter is Ya. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Once again, take a deep breath in. All your feelings arise from the heart. So always activate the heart chakra and you will have the best of feelings. Even if you're angry at somebody, you should be angry only for their benefit. That's what a good heart means. And then all your feelings will be purified. Now connect the middle finger, the ether. Now the throat chakra, this is the center of hunger and thirst, your throat. So if you purify this chakra, you can control overeating, stress. The thirst is even for lust, anger, and greed, and it's manifested in the throat. So if you want to balance, so after the heart chakra, the ether, your deep thinking is controlled by ether, the throat chakra. So activate the middle finger, feel the pulse. And as you meditate on the earth, water, sun, moon, meditate on the sound, the silence, the sound of the universe, the natural sounds that the earth makes. The yogi hears all the natural sounds of all the birds, the flow of nature, the rivers, the first rain, the beautiful sounds. You can imagine all those sounds are healing, leading to silence. Focus on your throat. This is violet in color, 16 petals. Take a deep breath in. The letter is hum. One more time, deep breath in. Now meditate on the universe, the earth, the oceans, all the life within the oceans, the trees, the sun, the moon, the universe. And it's all within you. You are the mini universe, all the chakras, all the 7 levels of planetary systems. They are all replicated within you. And as you raise your level of consciousness by raising the energy, frequency, you connect to these higher energies. Now let's connect all the fingers like this in the Hakini Mudra. Feel the pulse at the tips of all the fingers. Now meditate in between the eyebrows, the Ajna chakra. Ajna chakra is intuition. It is said, everything manifests because of sound. Before you act, you think. Everything manifests as sound. Your soul is subtler than the sound. You are so subtle. But to discover yourself, you have to transcend the body and the mind by activating the Ajna chakra. Feel the pulse at the tips of all the fingers. Bring about a balance. Meditate in between the eyebrows, the 2-petal chakra called Ajna. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Now just raise your awareness from in between your eyebrows to the pineal gland at the top of the head. That is the crown chakra. Now the crown chakra connects to the universe. In the Vedic scripture, it is mentioned that it's connected to the Brahma Loka, the origin. A yogi raises his energy, his kundalini, all the way to the top chakra, top of the head, and goes into yoga nidra, the psychic sleep, and enters the higher universal realms. They are all present in your Sahasrara chakra. Meditate on the beautiful sky, top of your head, the energy. And again we chant Om 3 times, and then we observe silence for a couple of minutes. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Now open up your chest nicely, thrusting it a little forward. Open up your heart. Now you are crying to the universe. You are grateful. You want to reach a higher level of consciousness. The world today needs a higher consciousness, a higher help. All of us can be the spiritual ones by taking the universal blessings. Meditate on the universal sky, the universe, the unlimited universe. Take a deep breath in, open up your chest. Even if 1% of the people on the planet take to any form of spirituality, the earth will be blessed. Let us all pray for everyone in the universe. And as we pray for everyone, we are also included. We are all connected. Like the root of a tree, we are all connected to the universal root, belonging to that one universal family. Let the energy heal. Now silently meditate on all the chakras, feel the pulse at the tips of all the fingers. And the 30 seconds, just relax your breath with each breath. Feel the mercy flow, The Yoga Sutra says, the sun, the moon give abundant light. The universe gives you unlimitedly, abundantly. Open up your heart to receive. It's our own blocks that stop us. Open up your blocks. Forgive everyone. Be grateful. Have a higher goal and cultivate higher consciousness. All right, so now let's join the heads, join the hands on the top of the heads. In this Namaskara Mudra, thanking the universe and thanking each one who is present here, who is helping me, we are serving each other, cultivate a higher consciousness, and we say Om once again. Take a deep breath in. Now bring your hands to your heart. With a grateful feeling, we thank the universe. Om. All right. So this is my discovery on the chakras. So it was a lot of research, but eventually I realized that if we connect with the elements, the universe, and the chakras, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. How was the experience? Everyone felt light? Like yesterday we had a beautiful one during the opening ceremony. So it was so beautiful. So similarly, when we elevate our consciousness, we feel activating the chakras. Next one is the vital airs. So we all have air, right? Early morning. No, every day, all the time. So we are balanced by air pressure. So very interestingly, I realized that everything that we do is actually hydraulic. Even in judo or karate, what do they do? Right? It's all hydraulic, right? So this is called prana. So if you look at this picture, so above your chest, so this is called prana. So there are 5 main airs in the body. Even you're closing the eyelids, so this is also pressure, right? So prana, right? What is the function? To breathe in air. Energy, prana. Now, on the belly, so the air goes upward here, remember. Prana goes, which direction? Upward. Which direction? Upwards. Okay, remember this. Now, samana, or the digestive air, it goes round. Okay? The digestive air, the heat. Okay? Apana, that we know already, early morning, that helps us evacuate. So that is apana, that is downward. Right? Apana vayu, downward. Now, this is, anyone remembers? Prana, right? Samana, apana, downward. The throat, there is a special air here. So sometimes you can see when you swim, you can balance with this air, right? So there is a special pressure here which controls the pressure between this and the body. So this is called udana. What is it called? Udana. And then there is an air which is balancing everywhere. So that is called vyana. What is it called? Vyana. It's all in my book, okay? So if you don't get it right away. So prana, apana, samana, vyana, udana. Now, here's something very interesting, okay? I use this principle to reverse my diabetes, okay? How is that? Now, I'll tell you the function of apana. So in Ayurveda and yoga, it says you get diseased because of 2 things only. Every disease is brought down to 2 things. What is that? Improper digestion, improper excretion. In Ayurveda, it says whatever you eat becomes plasma, right? So whatever you eat, if you vomit it out, don't do it, okay? But if you vomit, it's like plasma, right? Just digest it. That plasma becomes blood in 5 days. This is in Ayurveda. That blood becomes muscle in 5 days. That muscle becomes adipose tissue or good fat. I was thinking fat, but your brain is fat. I mean, not really fat, but fat muscle, fat tissue. Your nerves are fat tissue, right? Your nerves are fat tissue. Now, what is finer than the fat tissue? What is the next level of digestion? Bone marrow, right? So bones digest into bone marrow, and then it becomes semen. So literally, how a semen is so powerful is because it's the product of the 7 levels of digestion. So it takes 35 days for what you eat, to convert into the 7th level of digestion. So imagine one day you are off or 2 days you are off, your whole digestion is disrupted. But everyone is off every Friday, correct? TGIF. So imagine people are getting digestive issues by 30 because every Friday it goes off. So literally the cycle that you started, boom, on Friday, right? So improper sleep, so many things. But anyways, so if you don't lose it, or if your digestion cycle is proper, so that's why the prime thing that I do when I counsel somebody is get a good routine in. Because Ayurveda says you heal with your routine, a strong routine. Which is the highest selling book, apart from mine? Highest selling book ever. 7 Habits of Great People. Right? It's one of the top selling books. Why? Because you are defined by your good or very good habits, right? So anyway, so here's the thing. So routine, consistency over a period of a month, and that semen converts to ojas for men and women, both ojas, immunity. Okay? And why most people died during COVID, vitamin D low, a lot of analysis, but basically low ojas, low immunity. You might be young, but when you have too much sugar, too much wheat, too much, anything too much, your immunity is weak. Now, what happens is when you are stressed, and that's what happened, and I am a bit lean since birth. So the apana vayu, when you are stressed, it should go downward. It kind of goes up. And that's what happens to most digestive issues. Your apana vayu, so that's why they say when you do yoga, say when I showed those poses, the apana vayu, it's like hydraulic pressure. Like your car when you accelerate. If the pressure is not right, it won't go forward or back, right? So here's the apana vayu. So when I did the yoga, the stretch is proper. Lower abdomen goes in fully. The air falls back into its place. Now, when you have too much stress, it is said the apana vayu comes up. It's said in Ayurveda also, it's called grahani. So that's why you have acid reflux. Because whatever you eat, it's over-digested or under-digested. It's not balanced, right? It should go slow, balanced. So the apana vayu is what, when it fell back in its place, digestion, excretion, everything fell in place. So that's what it is. So if you understand prana, and I analyzed each prana, for example, udana vayu, thyroid, people with thyroid, it's the throat, chakra and the prana, the air there. Now, the 5 airs have 5 mudras, okay, which benefit them. Okay, let's start with prana. So prana is the same. Remember the kapha, right? So this is called, because kapha resides in the chest. The seat of kapha is in the chest. So the prana, okay? Apana, now this is a new one. This is the only mudra which is done downwards. So those who are constipated, there is no yoga for constipation, right? Yoga is for everything. So anyways, so apana mudra. I have seen those who have had chronic constipation or others, when you do this, if you have it, then wake up in the morning, then sit down or relax. Even you can do this even when lying down. Okay? You can do this. This relieves or puts the apana vayu back in its place. It's very beneficial. I've seen it really work. So most people who have had gas problems, excretion, this is very beneficial. Now here's something even interesting. From this mudra, so there was this lady this gentleman from Seattle, okay, he's my friend. He had an 80% heart blockage, okay, and doctor said surgery. I said, he called me and he said, I will do anything to avoid surgery. So he's 50 years old. So I looked at him, I said, okay, you need to take trikatu ghee. He said, you're giving me fat, ghee. I said, good fat kills the bad fat. I said, I'll take a chance, anything you say, because we were very good friends. Within 2.5 months, he sends me his lipid profile. His good cholesterol is up 40%, his bad cholesterol is down 40%, and his heart blockage is almost 60% gone. And he was so happy. Now, one thing he did was, along with that, he also did Hridaya Mudra. So Apana Mudra, so if this is up, it creates a lot of pressure on the heart. Because whatever you eat, acidity, like it burns, heartburn, right? We say acid reflux. So I gave him this mudra, Apana Vayu Mudra. So you just close this. It's also called the heart mudra, Hridaya Mudra. Okay? And this worked really well for him. And I've seen it work. So those who have heart issues, palpitations, bradycardia, tachycardia, this is a very, very beneficial mudra. It regulates your heartbeat. Secondly, if your lower abdomen is strong, right? In what do we call in the modern exercise terminology, core. Work on your core, right? So the core, if most problems start with the belly. I always say before I start my yoga class, I say a big waist is a big waist. Okay? So you need a nice smaller waist. So this mudra is very beneficial for heart condition. All right? So this is called Apana Vayu Mudra. So Prana Mudra for the lungs, Apana Mudra for downward, Apana Vayu Mudra for the heart. All right? Now Udana Mudra for the throat, thyroid. All right? Your throat issues, if you have. So then connect these fingers. All the fingers except the index finger. Okay, so this is called Udana Mudra for the throat. And finally, the Vayan Mudra is this one, the Vata Mudra that we talked about.
How long do you hold it for?
So, depending on your health issue, if you have, for example, a heart issue, right? You want to hold that for minimum 20-25 minutes. The longer you hold, the better. That's minimum. Okay? And you can break it up. Say I do it 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, it still works. Okay? So the longer you do, it's good. Now, the one mudra which I saw really helps your digestion. Okay? Most of us have digestive issues. So for digestion, this is called Samana Mudra. We did this one. This is to balance all the elements. But Samana Mudra is when you connect. So this is like, there is a flame, digestive flame, fire, okay? So when you connect all the fingers, so I do this, when you hold this, and then you activate. If you hold this long enough, like 20 minutes or so, if you do this, you can touch it to any part of the body that needs healing. Okay? Hold this for minimum 15 minutes like this, and then you can connect it anywhere to heal, because it's like it activates the digestion at that part. Okay, that's called Samana Mudra. Okay, let's go to the next. Meditation mudras. Okay. Now, this mudra is the best. It's called Shankha. Shankha means conch. Right? In the Vedas, conch is considered pure. right? That's why you blow a conch. So how is this done? Take out your left hand, now the thumb, cover it with the first 4 fingers of the right hand. Okay, and this front part goes here, and you hold this. Held near the heart. So in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it says we have 72,000 nadis in the body. And this mudra purifies all of them. So if you ever have time watching TV, sports, sit like this. The players will play better. Or your prayers might work, but it actually purifies a lot. So before any meditation, this mudra is, everyone got it? Left hand. Okay, thumb, stick out your thumb. Cover it with the first 4 fingers of the right hand. Okay, thumb sticks out and you punch it in. No, this part. Yeah. Yeah, correct. Yes, now connect the thumb here. Maybe, just a moment. Now you got it. That's it. Yeah. Takes a little bit of adjustment, okay? Yeah, you touch it here. Yeah, to the... Yeah, some of it's in my book too. Yeah, I'll share the YouTube. Actually, I have made, I was doing this for the fasting people and I put it live on YouTube. So I have several meditations, recorded meditations. Yeah. You can subscribe. Okay, all right. So this is, now there's an easier way of doing this. This one. You can just do it like this. There's an easier way. If that is tough, you can just do it like this. The main thing is these two should touch. Okay? This also gives you a similar effect. All right? This one is easy. Now, another mudra which improves your body digestion, heat, especially during winter. You can do this for 8 months, right? So you can clasp and then lift your thumb up like this. So this is called Linga Mudra. It improves your body heat, energy. So those who have, right thumb. So, you are right thumb. I mean, this really worked. You can already see, if you hold it long enough, for a few minutes, you begin to feel the heat on your palms. So those who feel cold, fine, yeah. So those who feel cold, all that, so this is very beneficial. Let's go to the, okay. So this is the Buddha mudras. So Lord Buddha gave us a few mudras. So this is called Varada mudra, like that. So if you Google Buddha mudras, you'll get a few pictures. So this is actually a kind of blessing, but actually it comes back to you. I found it very beneficial. So you sit down, closing your eyes. And actually, rather than giving, you absorb from the universe. And so this is called Varada mudra. Another one, the left hand remains there and the right hand touches the ground. So that mudra is very good for grounding. Yes, your left hand is like this, right hand touches the ground. So that's called Bhumi Sparsha mudra. Okay, so it is said if you ever feel you are flying, or if you have thoughts, I am the best, just sit down, connect to the ground. Right? So it's called grounding, grounded thoughts. And Buddha also gave us that when you talk, right? So you can talk like this. The Gyan Mudra, it enhances your memory. So when you're talking, you can hold one hand like this. So if this is too much to hold, you can hold like this, right? Connected here. But Buddha would hold, whenever he would give a class, or whenever he would speak, so Buddha would be speaking like this. So it's a very beneficial. And when you connect both these two, he called this the Dharma Chakra Mudra. Okay? Dharma Chakra Mudra. All right, next one. So the next one is the Pranayama Mudras. This is the last one. So for Pranayama, it's called Mrigi Mudra. So you fold the index and middle finger. Okay, index and middle finger. Now keep it on your nostrils, right? So when you do pranayama. So, okay, close the right. Inhale from the left. Close the left. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. This is one cycle, left to right to left. Okay, Anulom Vilom. We'll do 2 more cycles. Inhale from the left. Close the left. Exhale from the right. Now inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. Now inhale from the left once again. Close the left. Exhale from the right. Now inhale from the right. Close the right. Exhale from the left. By the way, I don't know how many of you know this, but keep this below your nostrils. Breathe out. How many are left heavy? Feeling heavy breathing on the left nostril? Yes, left nostril. Okay. How many of you feel the right is heavier? Okay. And how many of you both equal? They are the yogis. They're so balanced. So the right nostril, so I'll end with this. So the right nostril represents the sun. The word Hatha Yoga, if you have heard Hatha Yoga, right? So ha means the right nostril heating. So if your body is cold, you breathe in and out of the right. So that's called the sun. If your body is hot, you breathe in and out from the left. So that is called the moon. So Hatha. A yogi holds the stick, if you have seen, right? A yogi sitting and holding a stick. So that's, if the left is heavy, you hold it on the right to balance. If the right is heavy, you hold it on the left because you want to breathe equal for a meditative state. Because the right nostril activates the left brain, left nostril activates the right brain, provided we have both. Then it works really well. Okay. So when you breathe equally, that is called sama. Both the brains, your philosophical and emotional, are activated equal. That's a state of meditation. All right, so any quick questions, comments before we end?
How much did you book?
Special price for you. That's right. It's like I sell it on Amazon 24, so but here I'm giving a discount 22 or 20, whatever. So I have all my 3 books, but I have more of the Mudra book. And I'm launching an app in a week or so. We are almost done. I have designed a Mudra course, like what I did. So each section I have expanded. So you can learn the whole thing and you can get certified, you can teach. So I thought the best way to do it is with an app. So I paid a lot and I got the app done. It's a very nice app and it has the Ayurveda. And of course it is nice. and all this stuff. So anyway, so me and my wife, so she's completed her master's now in Ayurveda. Yeah, that's my wife, yeah. My life. So, and and I'm just winding up my PhD thesis, and all that you saw, like what I spoke about, diet, this. So I've integrated all of this into my thesis. So it was a lot of work from the last 2 to 3 years, and I can see the result because I was my first guinea pig. So if I reversed my all my health issues, then my PhD is successful. So I could really see, and I really thank Vijay and Pete for inviting and letting me share this. All right. Thank you.